Hey everybody, it's Study the Wind Sage, and welcome back to Let's Play A Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Michael, Sarah and Kaide's route. In the last episode, we saw kind of how things have been progressing a bit since after the event of 2 episodes ago, where Kaide was able to Kaide and Sarah seem to have, it's a little hard to explain how it's like, Sarah wanted to, quit her modeling career, and Kaide was able to, convince her how it would, all seem to work out. And, it is seeming to work out better now that they're kind of going into it with a new kind of mentality, I guess. And so, yeah, and Kaide agreed to, help Sarah from the sidelines, be more supportive in any way she can. And in the last episode, we also learned that Sarah apparently plans to start this new modeling unit thing and plans to be working with another model, which seems to have Kaide worried. And in this episode, well, in a case of a lot of other episodes, title here kind of just says it all. The junior club sans Rhea was born, which, I imagine is going to be, Kaide, because I imagine this is going to be started to help out Kaide, Mai, who seemed very evidently concerned, and Yuna, because Yuna's the only other second year who's not Rhea, and Rhea, specifically in this title, has been excluded. So, that'll be very interesting to see, it's kind of, and it's very interesting how, in this, juniors club, how, we have, for, 2 out of the 3 members are lovers of, 2 of the members in the, freshman club. It's kind of, little neat. It's kind of, neat, actually. Mai is the only one, Mai is kind of the odd one out in that case, how Reese is kind of the odd one out in that same parallel, but yeah, anyway. Okay, this is at least something I was thinking about last episode for a bit, of why Sarah made a big deal of this project, and how this would inherently make Kaide happy. At first I thought it's oh, that's that other model that Sarah announced. She was trying to plan it to make it Kaide some sort of surprise, but no, that makes virtually no sense. I think the reason I was thinking that was because of one of the choice thing. Of one of the results of the choice option from last episode. But thinking about it further, I think that I think that what Sarah was saying is like, this is an indication to Kaede, like trying to show Kaede like, how hard she's working, and like how hard she's working. So kind of this little thing of like, showing, again showing Kaede how she's diving headfirst into her work again, and like what kind of, I guess, kind of comforting Kaede in that way because after they reach that kind of understanding about Sarah's job, this is probably Sarah's way of saying I'm putting myself fully into my work now, and I'm not going to it's just like I'm putting myself more into my work. Like, this is Sarah's way of kind of comforting Kaede, just in case Kaede was worried that Sarah was still having work, like kind of stresses from work. That's what I'm trying to say. Hopefully what I'm saying makes sense, but yeah, I think this is Sarah's way of trying to comfort Kaede, and it seems to have had the opposite effect. Okay, this line here, like, I was the one who told Sarah to work extra hard on her job, and again, this obviously helps with my point, but again, I think this is what like Sarah announcing this model unit thing, aside from something she wants to do herself, as I feel is supposed to comfort Kaede, and she's like saying, like Sarah's way of saying, like, don't worry, I'm doing what you said, and I'm putting more into I'm putting more into my work, and trying not to stress on it as much. Again, I feel that's what Sarah's intention is. It is a little hard to tell, though. Anyway. That being said, I think it's kind of my kind of speculation on this whole thing is I don't think Kaede is necessarily upset. She made kind of an indication of this last episode, but I think the thing with Kaede is she's not upset that Sarah's doing this. I think she's more upset that Sarah kept it a secret from her. Like, it was a surprise. It was supposed to be a surprise, but she kind of kept it a secret from her up until that moment, and even we as the reader don't know why she did that. So I kind of see what's kind of bothering Kaede a bit. It's like, what was the point of doing that? Even with what I believe of Sarah is trying to do this as a method, as something to, maybe stop any worries Kaede has, I don't get why this necessarily had to be a surprise. But I guess we might learn more about that later.
ごきげんよう。
今日はサラちゃん学校お休みなのね。
ええ、最近すごく忙しいみたいで。でも出席日数のことなんかはちゃんと考えてあるみたいです。
そうなの。サラちゃんってそのあたりはしっかりしているみたいね。
そういえば楓様、サラさんすごい活躍ですね。昨日偶然テレビで見ましたよ。そう、ありがとう。モデルユニットの相方さんってどんな感じの子なんでしょうかね。楽しみですね。ええ、そうね。あら、もうこんな時間。すみません、私もう行きますね。あ、はい。
ではまた放課後に。
また後で。お姉様、楓様、何か元気がなかったような。
本当ね、少し心配だわ。
Okay, so that's probably how Yuna fits into the equation with this. With this, you know, junior club thing. I would have thought maybe it would have been Mai who approached Yuna, but this is good. This also makes sense.
.おかえり楓、ご飯できてるわよ。
サラは？
サラちゃんはまだ帰ってきてないわよ。今日も遅くなるから晩ご飯いらないって電話があったわ。ほんとサラちゃん頑張ってるわよね。体壊さないといいけど。あら、これサラちゃん？サラちゃん、今度モデルユニットを組むんだって？はい、
そうなんです。
そのユニットいつデビューするの？
それはもうちょっとしたらお知らせしますね。
いやー、楽しみだな。
楽しみにしてくださって嬉しいです。ぜひ期待しててくださ
い。やっぱり一番気になるのはパートナーのことだけど、まだ全然相手の情報は発表されないの？
はい、それももう少ししたら発表します。でも可愛い子です。みんな絶対好きになると思うよ。
You know, I'd say something about how Kaide's feeling doesn't like her worries seem ungrounded, but there actually is a really good point to what she's thinking. Like, you know, we as readers know that Sarah absolutely admires Kaede, but Kaede, you know, it's not that Kaede doesn't notice that. I think that Kaede is just, you know, maybe more doesn't realize how much Sarah, you know, really admires Kaede, so that could be part of it. But the other part of it is, I guess there is a point to it. This is someone Sarah's going to be working a lot with, and the fact that Sarah and Kaede can't hang out as much due to work, I can see that being actually a really reasonable worry. I mean, again, we as the reader know Sarah would likely never, Sarah would likely never break up with Kaede or drift apart from Kaede, but, we can say that as outsiders looking in for Kaede, I can get this being an actual, like, real concern. Anyway.
もしもし、楓さん、今大丈夫？ええ、大丈夫よ。昨日のことが気になっちゃって。もうすっかり平気よ。本当にただゴミが目に入っただけだから。そう？ええ、心配かけてごめんなさいね。それは全然いいんだけど。そういえば今日イベント実行委員会で先生から差し入れもらったでしょ。ええ、あれ美味しかったわね。どこで売ってるのかしら。また食べたいわ。楓さん、絶対に無理してる。楓さん、元気がないのに無理して明るく振る舞おうとしてるよね。そうだ、楓さん。明日の放課後、駅前のカフェに集合ね。
Oh wait, is this gonna be the exact same cafe that the freshman club meets at? That'd actually be really pretty. That'd actually be really freaking funny, actually.
それじゃあ待ってるから。ちょっと。舞さん、どういうつもりなんだろう。
Man, I gotta say, I really like Kaede and Mai's interaction. Like, I really like Mai as a character, and that's a lot of the reason why Mai and Rhea was my favorite couple for a while. It's like I really loved not only the couple Mai and Rhea, but I loved Mai and I loved Rhea. Okay, I say loved in the past tense. No, I still love these characters. And that's the thing. When I can like the characters a lot individually, it helps, and I like them together. It really helps my opinion of the characters. That's kind of the thing with these other couples. I like Nanami, and Yuna's growing, and Yuna's grown on me, and I like them as separate characters, but I like them. There's no really character in this series or game that I don't like, but yeah, yeah, I just like the others a lot more. Again, it's not only that Mai and Reo had a really good dynamic. Mai and Reo are both amazing characters, and that's why I loved it. That's why their couple was my favorite for a time. Risa and Mia just kind of stepped that up in a way. But yeah, I like seeing the that's why I kind of like that they're giving Mai a bit more, non-Reo related screen time. And I like when they do stuff like that. It's kind of like in Yuna and Nanami's route, Risa and Sarah, they were playing, kind of secondary characters, and that's a role in which they work really well in that story. And Nanami and Risa for Sarah and Kaide's route, yeah, we're not seeing a lot of that, but we see a decent bit, and it's also nice. So yeah, I like moments where we can kind of separate the character, where we can separate the character from their lover, see how they interact with other characters, and it really helps strengthen their own individual character, which in turn usually does well to strengthen the couple in a way. But yeah, anyway.
待ってましたよ、楓さん。
これは一体どういう集まりなのかしら。
楓さん知ってる？ななみちゃんやさらちゃん、りさちゃんって1年生会っていうのを作ってるんですって。
それサラから聞いたことはあるわ。
Oh, okay, so the name Freshman Club is just something they so the name Freshman Club is something that's also known. I thought that was just the name they really just kept amongst themselves. Not like they were keeping any sort of secret, but it's interesting that the others know about the name as well.
.そこでね、私と舞さんも考えたのよ。
私たちも作りましょうよ、2年生会を。
Junior Club Sans Reo. I just find it funny that the title of the chapter section is literally it literally points out Reo. Just there is no Reo. But yeah, I imagine this is going to be interesting. We've seen Mai and Kaede interact quite a bit. And, they have good dynamics. So I wonder how adding Yuna to this is going to make things, like how the dynamics will be. And I'm looking forward to also seeing how this would compare to, say, how the freshman club interacts with one another. So yeah, there's gonna be some interesting things I'm gonna be looking out for, I guess. We're not. There's not even about asking. Though, while I would love to see Reo interact with these three, it does make quite a bit of sense that Reo probably wouldn't be involved in this. Reo is not a character who socializes with people well. That's not the reason. That's not the main reason, of course. But it's just. Reo also has this thing of just kind of, kind of not paying attention a lot. So, while the interactions would be, interesting, it'd still primarily probably be these three anyway. it'd still probably be primarily these three talking amongst themselves anyway, with Reo just Reo bringing in dialogue every once in a while. So I feel Reo not being here does not make too much of an effect. I was about to say, is that all we're gonna see? Is that just where the scene ends and then we're gonna transition over to something completely different? But no, we're doing good. And what's just the junior club sans Reo, dude? That Reo thing is going to crack me up. And yeah, don't worry, we're not ending the part off. I just felt the need to save. Anyway.
楓さん、ひょっとして2年生会なのにレオがいないことを気にしてます？
まあ一応
Oh, so it looks like we are getting an answer to this.
So そんなに気にしないでください。1年生会の方でもミヤさんは入っていないそうですし。
All right. Is that really their answer? Just don't worry about it? I mean, it's bringing up a good point. Mia isn't in the freshman club either. Though there's something different to that, as the freshman club was kind of a spur of the moment thing between those three, where this feels a little more planned. If you know, again, I feel Reo, with adding Reo to this, wouldn't affect the junior club too much. But if you're going to bring up the topic and your answer is simply don't worry about it, it feels odd. It feels odd to me.
それってやっぱり仲間外れみたいな。
いいえ、キャラクター性の問題だと思いますよ。うちのレオと同じですよ。
キャラクター性ですか。
I don't know, something about that something about that question seems, something about the answer to that question seems a little meta, but it's anyway. Okay, why are we also switching over to Reo? It was random when Mai did it last episode. It's a little random Reo doing it now, but
おまけにお腹まで空いて
but Mai, you literally just ditched Reo. What the hell? You know, at least with, you know, like you just like, you know, at least with Mia, you know, at least with Mia, Mia usually, you know, is doing her own thing. You know, Mia's usually out doing her own thing. And of course, when this started, this was during a committee meeting where nothing much was going on. But Mai, you just ditched Reo.
たくさん買っちゃうんだからね。
ごきげんよう。
I was wondering who this was, but you know what? This is also this also makes perfect sense. That being said, assuming they elaborate more on a scene like this, this would be. I'm honest to God curious how these two would interact. These two are like, you know, these two are antisocial by the, you know, antisocial, like how I says, by the nature of their characters. So seeing how these two interact would actually be very interesting. That and how Rayo's really hot-headed nature would interact with Mai's very cool-headed nature.
ごきげんよう。なんだ、仲間じゃないの。
え、何か言いました？
なんでもないわ。綾瀬みや、あなたも今日は相手がいないのね。
Your better half! Ouch! And, you know, this kind of little, you know, awkwardness and your kind of silence, you know, this also completely makes sense for, you know, this also completely makes sense, again, for the nature of their characters. They're characters who don't generally like sparking conversation, and so when you have two people who don't like sparking conversation, conversation usually doesn't tend to get started.
ええ、リサは1年生会に行ったようです。
Reese is at a freshman club meeting, Mai's at a junior club meeting, and you you guys are just part of the ditched club, it seems.
1年生会？それ何
1年生のリサとナナミさんとサラさんの3人で結成したただの仲良し会のことです。
ふーん。その会に綾瀬みやは入ってないのね。
群れるのは苦手ですから。
要するに仲間外れなのね。
いえ、これでいいんです。私にはリサだけいてくれればいいけれど、リサには友人が必要ですから。
負け惜しみじゃないの？その点、舞はそんなことしないわよ。絶対に私を仲間外れになんてしないもの。
Do I laugh at the irony, or do I just let it exist? I guess we're doing both.
もうされていたりして。いいえ。
Wait, how does Mia know about this? Alright, Rayo is older. I'm not even saying that as a joke. I sometimes just seriously forget. And you know, it's not even because of like her height or her very childish appearance. Like, this is Rayo in comparison to Mia. Like, maturity is also a factor I think of when I think of age sometimes. Like, oh right, Rayo is supposed to be older.
綾瀬みや、あんたどうせ暇なんでしょ？ケーキでも食べに行かない？
騒がしくないお店でしたら。
よし、決定！夕飯前だけど、たくさん食べちゃうんだ。
レオ様って。
Okay, so that doesn't change the name, and and so And so it's okay. That scene, I loved it. It was nice. It was very interesting. But I kind of want to point out how we are in Sarah and Kaide's route, and that scene had absolutely nothing to do with Sarah or Kaide. I mean, it's a really nice scene. I'm gonna give it credit, and I guess it makes the most sense to put it there. But it's very interesting to think about how that was a scene in Sarah and Kaide's route that had nothing to do with Sarah or Kaide. I loved it though. The interactions there were pretty neat, and those interactions are felt like totally in character because Reo is the type of person where she's very childish, but I can imagine her trying to act more like an adult. And when she says like Mai treats me like a child a lot, but even I can have consideration for others too. It's a side of Reo you don't commonly see, but I see that as making perfect sense for Reo. And of course, the end where it's like, it sounded like Mia was saying something, but all I can think about is cake right now. It's like, I almost wonder if that's out of character because of just how self-aware she was. Not for any other reason but that, though. But yeah, neat scene. And I think I'm going to end the episode off here. I don't think this is a shortish episode, almost 40 minutes. I feel this is a good place to end it off, so we'll end it off here. So, next time on Let's Play Kiss for the Petals, Sarah and Kaide's route, we'll actually probably do more things that involve Kaide and or Sarah. But yeah, see you guys then.